Inclusion cannot be commanded or rushed. It takes time and patience, honesty and stubborn determination to recognise what inner bells are ringing, to remove beams from eyes, and above all, to recognise the particular difference of the other. Those are the words of Inclusive Church's Claire Herbert from her introduction to our Inclusive Church resource book on disability. Not many of us want to wait, nor can some people afford to, when change and transformation is so desperately needed. Maggie Dawn wrote a theology of waiting in her book on women bishops, Like the Wideness of the Sea, pointing out that while the Church can often advocate waiting on God, on each other, it's not always a gospel virtue, nor is it much fun. Thankfully for Maggie and thousands of others who've waited for change over women bishops, that wait appears to be nearly over. But sometimes change does take time, not because people don't want it, but because the structures, understanding and mindset are not in place. We hope that these Inclusive Church resource books will play a part in enabling change. Bob Callahan has told me that an encouraging number of churches, their leadership and membership, wish to be inclusive, but lack the resources to become so, not just practically, but also through a desire for greater theological understanding. There are now 4 books in this series. We've just published books on sexuality and poverty, to sit alongside those already published on disability and mental health. 2 more books on ethnicity and gender are due in the spring. We've planned each book with 3 parts. Experience, in which people who have experienced exclusion from church tell their stories. Theology, in which a respected theologian writes an accessible theological reflection. And resources offering practical guidance and support. Please do take a look at each of these 6 important books and consider how your church might benefit from using them, perhaps as a study guide or as a focus for discussion on the PCC. It's a privilege for Darton, Longman and Todd to be associated with such a vital and significant agency as Inclusive Church. I hope that together we can provide encouragement for more churches to become more open and accepting. Thank you for your support, and please do spread the word about these important books.